Welcome to Almost Here, Round the Corner Future Technology podcasts with Richard Jacobs. Future technologies poised to transform our lives for better or worse are the focus of this podcast. Almost here means these technologies are now here and starting to be used, or just around the corner, from Bitcoin to artificial intelligence, 3D printing, blockchain, virtual reality, and more. Coming to Dallas, Texas, September 14th, 15th, and 16th, 2018, the Blockchain and Future Tech Expo. This is going to be a gigantic conference of over 5,000 people. We're going to be talking about blockchain and its applications. We're going to be talking about quantum computing, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and several other future technologies that are poised to and actually changing our lives as we speak. Here's why you should attend. As you may know, early adopters are the ones that investigated and profited from things like the gold rush in the 1800s, from the dot-com boom in the 1990s, from the internet boom in 2005, from the smartphone explosion in 2007, from the real estate boom that ended in 2008, and of course, from the Bitcoin boom that started in 2012. Early adopters act now. They don't wait till later. They go out west first, in their covered wagons. They find the biggest gold nuggets. If you consider yourself an early adopter and you want to find the biggest nuggets, then you owe it to yourself to attend this upcoming conference. Blockchain is going to affect how we control and store our medical data, how we send money around the world, how we bank, and more. But artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and cybersecurity will play a pivotal role in our lives as well. And that's why our next event, September 14th to the 16th at the Dallas Convention Center, is going to have not only 5,000 plus attendees, but will showcase blockchain, AI, cybersecurity, quantum computing, and more. You want to get in on the coming gold rush of future tech and opportunity as an early adopter. Don't be left out. To register, go to bftexpo.com. That's Blockchain Future Tech Expo.com. Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Future Tech Podcast. My name is Chris Amsler, and our guest today is Tu Doan with Stack. How are you doing today?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thanks for asking. Tu, give us a bit about your background.
I am the founder of Stack. I'm currently a student at the University of Texas at Austin, studying aerospace engineering. I've been crypto trading, since 2013 now, so coming along about 5 years of first getting started. I really got into it about 2 years ago when the story would be that my girlfriend and I ran out of money completely. We only had $2,500 left in our name, and it was either become homeless due to the rising costs in Austin or put all my money into something. So I decided to put it all into cryptocurrency because that was at least something I was familiar with a little bit at the time. And due to the large influx that it had, that I made enough money for us to pay for rent in Austin and also make enough for tuition for school. So I'm back in school now, doing aerospace, and that's pretty much it. With that story, it kind of inspired me to create this company, Stack, trying to basically bring cryptocurrency to the masses, to the users that don't know what it is, that's only heard it through the news.
Well, that's pretty amazing. I don't live too far from Austin. I know that the price of housing is just outrageous there. So coming from the amount that you said you were at to being able to sustain a living there in Austin, that's pretty fantastic. So awesome. So tell us more about Stack.
So Stack is a cryptocurrency investing platform. Basically what it does is takes your spare change from everyday purchases, such as, let's say you buy a cup of coffee for $2.50. It rounds up to $3, takes the excess 50 cents and invests it into cryptocurrency for you, whether through our diversified portfolios that we curated and vetted, or through a custom portfolio that you can choose the different weights yourself. These custom portfolios are meant to be weighted through our due diligence that includes analysis on market cap, team, project, how they are weighted in the market right now, and everything like that. It's more for new users that are completely outside of the market, that don't have time to do their own due diligence or any research on these coins, to easily be able to step in with a very low barrier of entry. While the custom one provides, custom for people that are already in the space, a little more seasoned, that know about these coins and what they do and how they would like to fit into their portfolio. So our platform just takes the spare change, puts it into cryptocurrency, much like saving into a piggy bank.
Okay, very good. So give us an example of how someone at an entry level would get involved with Stack.
All right, so say I was a completely new user. When you tell your friends and family, your grandma, for example, how to invest in cryptocurrency because they've heard it on CNN, CNBC, Money, all of these news outlets, they'll say, oh, you got to go to Coinbase, buy your coins, send them to your wallet, send them to an exchange where you can exchange these coins for altcoins, create more wallets so you can secure those wallets, and all while, your grandma wouldn't be the most tech-savvy person, so you're telling her to secure her coins and either in a cold storage wallet and all of these keys. It's just, goes over her head. She just wants to see the investment. She just wants to put a little money in. So what we do is we streamline the process. All you need to do is sign up, link your bank account with us or credit card. It tracks either one, and just go about your day normally. And on the app, you'll see all your coins held in a portfolio. It's all done automatically. And when you're ready to withdraw your money, you just do a withdrawal. We sell all of your coins for you, and we deposit the money into your bank. So it's a clear mapping of exactly what happens with your money from point A, time of deposit, to point B, time of withdrawal.
So is there a wallet underneath all of that, or what's
currently
the mechanism?
We hold all the wallets within on-site, in our platform. We're not currently allowing users to withdraw in cryptocurrency, as it is a platform for new users. Most users would rather see their investments in USD and rather gain USD back, because if you were a new user, you wouldn't know what to do exactly with all these coins if we were to send them to you.
Right. Okay. All right. Very good. So what about the advanced level users or those that are already involved in the crypto space? How does this benefit them?
This, in the future, will allow the ability to withdraw in coins. Just right now, we don't have the legal team and legal power to do it. We'd have to traverse that very, very carefully, as you know, with the space right now. We're only luckily able to get partnerships with these banks to be able to link your cards, because when you log in with your banking credentials, the bank authorizes us to look at your transactions. With the USD in, USD out method, we're only able to be able to gain their trust. In the future, yes, we'll have a feature for you to pull out in coins, just sort of not right now. Also, we're more targeting people who are investing their spare change, something that they're willing to lose and can afford to lose every day. Just because we're trying to bring new users into the market. So it's not something that they have to really focus on. And since it is a deposit every day, or whenever you make a transaction, you have a daily cost average that really secures your portfolio, rather than I see a lot of inexperienced traders wanting to invest, say, let me put 100% of my investment into this one coin, and putting all your eggs into a basket like that is unsafe. So we're really trying to protect users from making those kinds of decisions, or trying to take those impulse decisions before they step into the market.
Oh, that's very interesting. I know that. I mean, I think about my older relatives and them sort of having access to the type of technology here, and I think about myself as well. The point that I'm at, I want to put my money aside and let it do its thing. My spare change, or whatever I have, I want to let that do its work and really not pay a whole lot of attention to it right away. I'm not the current mentality of in and out super quick. So
very hands off.
Yeah. So very, very appealing to me at this stage. What unique problems have you encountered thus far, and how have you solved those?
Unique problems would be we actually pivoted from our first idea. I know you know of this. It's called Equalux, where we tried to teach people trading in our platform. It was a paper trading type of app where people could trade and see how well they were doing, etc. But we found that the market would rather, at least for the target market that we were targeting, the mass people outside of the cryptocurrency space, they would rather have it automated for them and kind of streamlined. And so that was our first problem. So we pivoted from Equalux to our current platform, Stack, trying to make it more of a robo-advisor and an automatic investment tool. Other problems we've encountered would be, of course, legal is a huge problem right now for everybody, that we're trying to figure out what is the best course of action. We have to tread carefully if we wanted to stay within compliance. We wanted to stay within KYC laws. We're based in the Netherlands, so we have a little more freedom there. But since we're still operating within the U.S., it's still, there's still things that we have to comply to. So we're working really carefully not to cross those borders and, accidentally cause a fatal error or something like that. One problem that we are solving that we've been trying to really focus on is UI. I don't know if you know, but it's a general kind of consensus that the UI and the UX in the cryptocurrency space is actually very, very poor in regards to if I was a new user coming in and I went on a platform such as GDAX and I had a bunch of numbers and graphs kind of flashing at me all the time, it would really put me off and I'd be overwhelmed. I wouldn't want to step into the market. So we're working on simplifying investing for someone to try and ease them into the process rather than just kind of throwing all the more advanced tools at them saying, oh, you can use this charting software with these kinds of equations and numbers and all these kinds of things. They're just not going to understand that once they step in.
What do you think the highest priority is in that user interface simplification?
It would just be flow, what's needed and what's not. A good sample app that really kind of touches this topic is, if you know, Robinhood. They simplified their platform, even though it's not the most powerful trading tool out there. Of course, it's not. It's simplified to mobile, that it's easy enough for anyone to just step in and start investing. And in that way, it gets more people into the market, more money that flows into the market, the more development will go in, the more awareness will be spread. It's like, and now your kids, your grandma could say they're a crypto investor with using the platform rather than saying, I had to go on GDAX, Binance, all these exchanges and try and traverse my way through the thing. So I would say the most simple way to do it is to keep it minimalized, streamlined, have the user flow work out really well, try and keep it for the layman.
Very good. Yeah, it seems like the underlying technology in this space, it's very similar to how the internet developed. We don't think about what it is, what the backbone is behind the browsers and how they work. So having that interface that you're talking about that flows really well is super important. So especially for like someone in my case who's just entering the space.
Oh yeah, so a good example with that would be, well, not really an example. It's like saying that the space is really, really advanced right now. I mean, it's in its infancy. It still goes over many people's heads. I go around to someone on the street or on the bus that I'm riding, and I say, "Have you heard about the blockchain technology and how it creates ledgers using hashes and chains and all these kind of technical terms?" It was really advanced. It goes over their heads. And so that's one part of crypto that really, really puts people off because it's so technical. But it also includes the financial sector, where we're investing in these coins and they have markets that move naturally, that have different price ranges and indexes and everything similar to that. So that plus the technologies are really big. Like if someone that has no experience in finance and someone that doesn't have any experience in the technology comes into the space, they're hit with twice as much information at once, rather than just going into stocks with finance or just going into the technology and the coding. They have to worry about two different things because it handles both technology and monetary, usage. And so we're trying to keep that simple on what people really focus on their day-to-day lives, and that's money. That's just how everything works. You go to work, you support your family with money, And it's just what they can't be worried about all these things, but they want the opportunity to get into the market. And so, the technology is there. It's way advanced. I feel like the space is leaving the most important people behind. We're advancing way faster than anyone is able to catch up. So my goal is to bridge that gap and try and not slow it down, but try and create a faster, entry point, a faster on-ramp for someone to, get on and understand what they're doing and be hyped about cryptocurrency, because that's really what it is, just to bring awareness to the space, and the more people in the space, the more development, and the faster we can move along. That's what I want to say.
You mentioned earlier the education aspect of it, and kind of transitioned into talking to people, that you may see in everyday life about it. What do you think is an obstacle for people that know nothing about the cryptocurrency space or the blockchain space? What do you think is the big obstacle for that? Do you think it's terminology? Do you think it's something else? And how do you cross that barrier? How do you bridge that gap so they understand and they're onboarded just with understanding?
I think I wouldn't say there's one big obstacle, just many, many small ones. Anyone can go online and do some research. It's easy to go online and research and get the general gist of what cryptocurrency is. It's that linking it all together is very difficult. You can learn about the technology about it, and then you're completely behind on the financials of it, or you can learn about the financials of it, but have the technology go over your head. That plus stacked with all the terminology, and just the process of onboarding, because an explanation to someone in cryptocurrency has to take at least an hour to completely to really hit all the points of what's important and how it can affect them within their lives. So really, what's a big barrier is trying to cut that down to, I can say it in a few sentences, or I can say it in a paragraph or two, where you're able to understand and be excited and be able to step into the market. There's whole YouTube guides. People are paying hundreds of dollars for these guides, video guides that are hours long with multiple videos and chapters in it, just to even get started in investing, and that doesn't even include the technology. So for many people, it's a time commitment of really sitting down and doing that due diligence and everything. So really, if you wanted to make it simple for someone, it's really the solution you would have to find is making it quick and easy to understand.
Okay, well, very good. And Stack is, of course, your project to do that in terms of the entry level investors, and so that's a great idea. What things are you excited about in 2018 for the space?
2018, I see, is that now that the bull run is over, we've had a downtrend for the past month or two. It really cleared people's minds. And it's not just before. In 2017, I'm not saying the bull run wasn't great and all. It's saying that it did spawn a certain toxicity about the space. There was a bunch of ICOs. Everybody and their mothers were doing an ICO. They were trying to make quick cash, and that was really toxic for the market, I believe. So it did bring awareness. I'll give it that, but it was something that wasn't as needed as a stable growth. However, with this downturn, people kind of regain their senses. More people are losing less to these scams. There's still going to be scams out there, but they're going to have to be it'll be a lot more difficult to just sell someone something without any kind of research. But right now, for 2018, there will be a lot more legitimate projects. I think people will try and build more legitimate projects rather than push out as many quick, fast money grabbing projects as much as possible. I see that the use for cryptocurrency is going to be very huge. Instead of a volatile currency is not a usable one, right? You're not able to go around and buy a gallon of milk with cryptocurrency unless if it's stable and you think that milk was worth that much at the time, and it's not going to be worth 6 times what it was tomorrow. So we're entering that stage of the market where it's kind of, I'm not going to say it's going to be super stable, but enough that it slows down enough for people to really get a gauge of what the coin is really worth. Because cryptocurrency is not an all cure, to say the least, but it is it is a really interesting technology that really opens up new gateways to new other opportunities. It's just not what everybody thought it was, and that's, I think, a reason that it was shilled so much last year, 2017, was just because they thought it was an all-cure that I can put everything on the blockchain. My project is not on the blockchain. I'm not doing a token or an ICO. I believe in creating a project before I even try and tokenize my system. But most people you see out there, the first thing you see on their websites is, oh, we're doing a token sale. Well, for what? What are you selling? Your coin to what? It's similar if you went to a Dave & Buster's and all they did was sell you Dave & Buster's tokens without even telling you what their business model is. So, 2018 is going to be a great year. A lot of legitimate projects coming out. It's the slowdown from the bull run, but from that bull run spawned, a lot of awareness. We're on the news, where everybody knows about us, and now, since everybody knows the opportunities, they'll start trying to get in, and capitalize on the market.
Yeah, very good. Well, a lot of exciting things on the forefront of what's going on in 2018, and especially, you capped it up just fine. I really like the Dave & Buster's analogy, the idea of having some sort of product or platform already going, and then the funds to enhance that versus, hey, we're funding an idea and it may or may not work. So,
right.
Just from my particular perspective, that's a really cool thing. So yeah, so we're running a little low on time too. I was wondering if you have any final thoughts before we wrap up today.
Just a quick thing would be for people getting new to the space and listening in, they try and do your own research. That's the most powerful thing. I believe, I'm in school. I believe that, education is a very powerful tool, being just not jumping in, but being able to protect yourselves with your knowledge and grow this wisdom, So if you're out there, is really just starting to get in, really sit down and take some time to really know what you're getting into, and be able to if you're able to answer these questions on the fly when someone asks you, then you're ready. If not, then you have to Google something when someone asks you something about the market, then you're not fully ready yet. So take that time, those extra few minutes to sit down and really read about the space.
Excellent. And where can people find out more about Stack?
Right. So you can find us at thestackapp.com. So that's thestackapp.com basically is what it is. And, we're on social media, but I'm still getting that up and running. But you can get on the wait list on the website. We're doing a rolling launch in March at South by Southwest. So the people on the wait list, get in first so we can easily scale our product before doing a Pokemon Go type of launch where it kind of destroys the system.
Very good. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Tu Doan with Stack. And we look forward to you all joining us next time here on the Future Tech Podcast.
All right. Thank you.
Coming to Dallas, Texas, September 14th, 15th, and 16th, 2018, the Blockchain and Future Tech Expo. This is going to be a gigantic conference of over 5,000 people. We're going to be talking about blockchain and its applications. We're going to be talking about quantum computing, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and several other future technologies that are poised to and actually changing our lives as we speak. Here's why you should attend. As you may know, early adopters are the ones that investigated and profited from things like the gold rush in the 1800s, from the dot-com boom in the 1990s, from the internet boom in 2005, from the smartphone explosion in 2007, from the real estate boom that ended in 2008, and of course, from the Bitcoin boom that started in 2012. Early adopters act now. They don't wait till later. They go out west first. In their covered wagons, they find the biggest gold nuggets. If you consider yourself an early adopter and you want to find the biggest nuggets, then you owe it to yourself to attend this upcoming conference. Blockchain is going to affect how we control and store our medical data, how we send money around the world, how we bank, and more. But artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and cybersecurity will play a pivotal role in our lives as well. And that's why our next event, September 14th to the 16th at the Dallas Convention Center, is going to have not only 5,000 plus attendees, but will showcase blockchain, AI, cybersecurity, quantum computing, and more. You want to get in on the coming gold rush of future tech and opportunity as an early adopter. Don't be left out. To register, go to bftexpo.com. That's blockchainfuturetechexpo.com. Thank you. You have been listening to Almost Here, Around the Corner Future Technology podcast with Richard Jacobs. Subscribe to this podcast, post a review to discover more future technologies that are poised to transform our lives for better or worse, such as Bitcoin, artificial intelligence, 3D printing, blockchain, virtual reality, and more.